What ho, chaps? How the devil? I'll tell you what, if you didn't think it could get any worse yesterday, it's getting worse. We've managed it. Joe Biden has somehow miracled that out of his arsehole. I don't know how he's managed it. Joe Biden takes the cake. Joe Biden takes the spastic cake. He ate the whole thing, followed by the mongoloid donut and the paraplegic profiteroles. I don't even know what to make of it. Well, I do. I talked about it yesterday. We're owned body and soul by China. Seriously, all the important people are owned body and soul by our enemies. Fauci proved that. Fauci proved that when he was more interested in protecting the Chinese than American citizenry at the very start of the pandemic. And even this, it's all linked. It proves it. The only possible solution for such mind-melting stupidity on the behalf of the upper echelons of the United States administration is the fact that they are actively doing the wrong thing because they are motivated to do it by our foes. It's the only explanation. Tucker Carlson did this excellent piece yesterday, just telling them, if you wanted to fuck up the United States of America, this is how you would do it. And seriously, it's a great piece. I'll share it in the links and I think you should read it yourself. But he didn't take it onto the... He didn't really talk much about the motives behind it, which is what I'm going to do now. Listen to the sheer abject stupidity coming out of the pie hole of this. You can't even call them soldiers. I've long said this. Once you go past the rank of major in the Army, Marines, that type of unit, you're no longer a soldier. You have to start playing politician. There was an SF guy I was on the ground with in Helmand Province, and he was a major, and he told me he turned down a command because as a major, you still got to be in charge of a company of men on the ground doing your job. Once you go past the rank of major, you're a politician. Everybody knows this. And that's why a lot of soldiers choose to stay lower level, because they're fighting men. This man here is a fucking general. He's a general. The UK's only got about 4 of the fuckers. That's how high a rank being a general is. For those of you that don't know, obviously it's to do with how many men are under your command. So this guy is as high up as it gets, which makes him a politician. And only a politician would lie this much and say things this stupid. Have a listen.
The other thing we do is we share versions of this information with the Taliban so that they can actually do some searching out there for us, and we believe that some attacks have been thwarted by them. And then we also use the Taliban as a tool to protect us as much as possible.
Did you get that? Do not adjust your eardrums. This is not a drill. He really did just say.
And then we also use the Taliban as a tool to protect us as much as possible.
We also use the Taliban as a tool to protect us as much as possible. We've been fighting them for 20 fucking years, and now we use them as a tool to protect us as much as possible. If you wanted to protect your kids as much as possible, General, would you drop them off round Ian Huntley's house, you fucking maniac? And it gets even better. Listen to this bit.
The Taliban operate with varying degrees of competence. Some of those guys are very scrupulously good, some of them are not.
Some of those guys are very scrupulously good. Holy shit. We're living in bizarro world. The clown world meme is true. We are living in bizarro world. So to close out, I'll repeat what I said yesterday before things got this fucking daft. Bear in mind, this 200-pound waste of oxygen and meat said this after they just blew up American soldiers. This was after. Lunacy. Please read this piece. I'll put the link in the description. But let me just say, this proves what I was telling you yesterday. If you are an elite, you're already teaching your kids Mandarin. Why do you think they're doing that? Because we've lost. We've been betrayed. Republican and Democrat, Labour and Conservative, it doesn't matter where you are. The CCP, with resources that only a dictatorship can bring to bear, have been busy buying and selling the seats of power across the Western world for decades. They own us now. If you don't think people like this despicable sack of rats haven't been purchased Because they're not stupid. They're not going to take over they're not going to appoint the head of the NATO as a Chinese bloke in traditional dress. They're not going to put the head of the WHO, a Chinese guy. No, they get the people like Fauci. They get people like Biden. They get people like this sloshing Portaloo. And they do the wrong thing on purpose to weaken us. For these people to sit there with a straight face now and tell us that the Taliban are our pals and we should be handing them lists of all the people we want them to fucking send over for us. I mean, see, that is basically a kill list. We handed it off to the Taliban and said, here's the people who worked with us and they've been looking out for us. Make sure they get to the airport safely. Are you taking the piss? If you're so stupid that you can believe that this is happening by accident, that this guy is merely a fucking moron and not actively working against our interests, you're dafter than Diane Abbott looks. And Diane Abbott can't read words in a tin. She can't even put her shoes on the right feet, for fuck's sake. We're done, ladies and gents. Eat the black pill. They own the civil service. Even the FBI and CIA are nakedly partisan. Trump proved it. Clapper proved it, and Comey. They proved it. Our enemies are in control of our countries. It's not the guys you think you elect, because they are owned body and soul by the CCP. Only if that is the case does it explain how grossly incompetent, inept, and stupid Biden, Harris, and all of the upper echelons of the US military currently are. The New World Order that Alex Jones used to talk about, it's not a bunch of shady Western elites. It's a bunch of very scary Chinese authoritarians. It's the only logical explanation. Think I'm wrong? Please let me know in the comments. You let me know how you think a 2-star general can be this much of a fucking idiot, and I'm all ears. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys tonight. Take it easy.